You're watching USA News Hub, your home for powerful stories, game-changing moments, and legends in the making. Sometimes the greatest champions don't win with trophies. They win with tears. Today's story will melt your heart, because tennis legend Novak Djokovic just did something so powerful, so selfless, that the whole world is calling him the champion of humanity. In the quiet city of Belgrade, Serbia, where winter nights are long and hospital lights never sleep, 50 families received a miracle they could hardly believe. No press, no cameras, no headlines, only envelopes marked with one familiar name, Novak Djokovic. Inside each envelope was a single message that changed lives, paid in full. Yes. The 24-time Grand Slam champion personally cleared the hospital bills of 50 cancer patients, totaling over 1.2 million euros. And he did it all, in silence. It all began after Djokovic's early exit at the Paris Masters. While fans debated his performance, Novak quietly boarded a private jet home to Belgrade. But not for training, for something far more personal. Late that night, disguised in a hoodie and mask, he walked the sterile halls of the Institute of Oncology and Radiology, the same place his mother once battled a health scare years ago. He spoke softly to patients, sat beside them, and listened. One elderly man, fighting lung cancer, whispered, "We fight every day, but the bills crush us more than the disease." A little girl named Anna, just 9 years old, said through her oxygen mask, "I just want to go home and play with my dog." Djokovic didn't promise trophies. He simply nodded, eyes wet, and said, "You're not fighting alone." The next morning, without telling anyone, the Novak Djokovic Foundation quietly transferred funds through anonymous trusts. Chemotherapy, radiation, surgeries, medications, every last euro, paid in full. When families were called in by the hospital to receive their letters, the room was silent, until one mother began to cry. She said, "I thought we'd lose our home. Now my daughter can just be a child again." That moment spread like wildfire. Someone leaked a photo of Novak's handwritten note. Within hours, it broke the internet. Fans across the globe united under one hashtag, #DjokovicHeart. 2 days later, Novak finally faced the media. His eyes were red, his voice trembling. "These people," he said, "have gone through so much loneliness, not just pain or fear, but the shame of not being able to pay. I've won trophies, I've broken records, but this is what matters." He paused, holding back tears. "I grew up in a country at war. We had nothing, but we had each other. These patients, they have more courage than I'll ever have. The least I can do is make sure they're not fighting alone." That single sentence broke millions of hearts and rebuilt hope around the world. Soon, messages poured in from every corner of the tennis community. Andy Murray tweeted, "Class act. Always has been." Rafael Nadal sent a video message to the hospital, "Novak, you make us all better." And Roger Federer, now retired, called it the greatest comeback of his career. In Serbia, people left flowers outside Novak's foundation office. One nurse wrote online, "He didn't just pay the bills. He sat with a dying grandmother for 20 minutes, holding her hand. No cameras. Just love." A teenage patient posted, "He told me, 'Your serve is stronger than mine.' I laughed for the first time in months." For those 50 patients, Novak's gift was more than money. It was dignity, peace, and a reason to fight again. 9-year-old Anna was finally discharged for home care, her first time outside in 6 months. Milan Petrovic, the lung cancer patient, started an experimental trial he never thought possible. And Yelena, a young mother with breast cancer, used the freed-up funds to bring her 2 children to Belgrade. She said, "I got to hug them without crying about money. That's a miracle." In the hospital chapel, families lit candles for hope and gratitude. Children drew pictures of Djokovic with angel wings and a tennis racket. Nurses wore pins marked N for Novak, for never alone. Since founding the Novak Djokovic Foundation in 2007, he has built 49 preschools, funded education for over 1,000 underprivileged children, and donated millions to disaster relief. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he converted his tennis center into a treatment facility. In 2023, he even covered funeral costs for a young fan who lost her battle with leukemia. But this act, helping 50 families fight cancer, may be his most profound. One Serbian journalist wrote, "Djokovic didn't just win another title. He won humanity." When asked if he considers himself a hero, Novak smiled and said, "I'm just a tennis player who got lucky. These people, they're the real champions. I just gave them a fair court." And maybe that's what true greatness really means. Not the records, not the trophies, but the hearts you heal when nobody's watching. Because sometimes, the loudest victories are won in silence. Thanks for watching USA News Hub, where every game tells a story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that define sports.